here kind of messing around at Fisherman's Warehouse of Sacramento. You know, everybody likes new reels. They like having new rods and reels, but you know, a lot of times, all our reels might need is a little love. That's what Randy does down here. Look at this, man. He's shooting that stock like a surgeon back here. But, you know, it doesn't matter what brand reel you have. They can service it for you. They can fix anything that's wrong, replace drag washers, get it back to casting like they're brand new. You should always have a few new reels, but you always have a few of those favorites. Might just need a little TLC, a little love. Guys down here at Fisherman's Warehouse to put your reels back on the water for you. That's something that you can't get anywhere other than, you know, your independent, local tackle store. And that's why we have to support them. It's not going to get to you yesterday. We got to see it.
Good evening. Welcome to the episode of Kayak Bass Live on a Tuesday night at 5:30 here on the West Coast, 8:30 if you're on the East Coast. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little earlier so that way I can capture those guys over there on the East Coast before they go to bed. So I apologize if you're from the West Coast and you're mad at me for going an hour and a half earlier than I used to go, but this is what I'm doing now. So watch it after the fact. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can get off work a little earlier on Tuesdays. I'm super excited tonight. I've got Chad Hoover in my ear. He was just beatboxing. You guys can't hear it, and he's I don't know if he's going to start doing it again, but it's pretty cool. I didn't know. He actually used to competitively beatbox, but whatever. I'm super excited. Next week we have the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship out at Kentucky Lake. And the reason why I had Chad come on this week instead of next week is because there's a lot of us who will be going out there, started traveling this coming weekend. So I was kind of hoping maybe we can talk a little bit about, you know, different sightseeing stuff and things to do in Kentucky while we are there. And it'll also give you a little bit chance to talk about or ask questions about the national championship. Granted, he goes live quite a bit, and most of those questions are already asked anyways. But figure what the hey, right? So, should we just bring them on? Should we do it? I don't know. I had a little commercial to play, but they weren't playing, so we're just gonna roll with it. I think we're just gonna go live straight with Chad. Let me clear everything out, and oh, he's frozen. Hold on, let's unfreeze him. He should be unfrozen now. Is he good?
I'm here.
He's here. What's up?
What's up, man?
Just admiring the
Oh my goodness, Siri thought I was talking to her. Well, anyway, so I'm super excited about the national championship. I imagine you're pretty excited too. We got a lot of people heading out there to your neck of the woods, and you were just in my neck of the woods just here recently, at least kind of close, in Arizona and Utah, correct?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. How was that? How was the trip? Was it fun?
Man, it was unreal. It was kind of like I don't know what the fable is where the kid that doesn't belong ends up in the kingdom. You know, like in the castle with the king, but that's how it felt. This place was like ridiculously high end, and there was celebrities all around me. I don't know what the fable is where the kid that doesn't belong ends up in the kingdom. Trip. You know, like in the castle with the king, but that's how it felt. This place. Did you lose me?
No, I clicked on the stream so I can read the questions, but it ended up.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. It's mine.
Okay.
I forgot to go like this. Will it work? I don't know what the deal is. Pause. Please don't play. I'll mute. Actually, you know what? I'll mute it. That'll work. Okay, so we're good. We're good now. So you felt like the kid. You kind of felt like like King Arthur. The kid who pulled the sword and the stone.
Yeah, that. I guess I was sort of Lancelot. So anyway, no, I was at this place that. I mean, if you've got an extra almost $3,000 a night to pay for a room, then you should check this place out. It's called Amangiri, Amangiri. It was ridiculous. We went hiking. We went kayaking out into Lake Powell and up into this creek, like this little cut where it become bluff walls on both sides. There was like a bighorn sheep like up on the wall in a little cutout just hanging out up in there. It was insane, man. It was like 150-foot walls and the thing you could touch on both sides with your hands out in the kayak. And I was with all of these people from New York City that were with this retailer called Kith, and it was just a different experience. I got to hang out, and it was like being royalty for a day, and it was cool. So I'll never get to go back there for the rest of my life, but it was kind of cool to do.
Well, who knows? You might go back in the future when they bring you back next year.
Well, maybe, possibly, but
as long as you didn't do anything too goofy to scare them away.
Oh no, they love me, man. One of the guys there told me that I should stop fishing and get into stand-up comedy. So we'll see how that works out.
You've done a lot of stage type stuff before, haven't you? Like,
yeah, messing around for sure.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So did you actually catch any fish on that Walmart special you bought?
No, here's what happened with that. So obviously it shows that you follow the story, but so I get there, and the place where we go fishing, there is a steam plant, a nuclear power plant up Lake Powell, about 4 miles from where we were at. And so the water temperature is in the high 40s, low 50s. So, I pretty much figured that all the fish were up in the warm water discharge, and where we were fishing or where we were paddling, it was about 180 foot deep. So there wasn't really any great places, but I tried. I mean, I gave it a varsity go. You guys will see the YouTube video where I basically threw this little spoon plug or this little spinner, half the trip. And, but yeah, I didn't catch a thing.
You said Lake Powell, right?
Yeah, Lake Powell.
Yeah, in Arizona. So how hot was it down there? Was it pretty warm?
It wasn't. It was cold. It was actually like 40s and 50s. And then the high was supposed to be in the 70s when I left here. But when I got there, the weather changed, and the high that I saw the entire time I was there was like 58 degrees. But it was sunny, so it was kind of warmer, but it was 58 degrees. It was the high.
I got to pause the Wi-Fi in the house so that way make sure we're streaming at full capacity. My kids are going to get mad because they're playing video games. Oh, well. So, yeah, with that, man, so let's kind of back it up. Let's talk a little bit of history of KBF, and how many people did you have at the first national championship?
269.
269. So we've, damn near tripled that? Pretty close?
Yep.
Pretty close? So how does that make you feel? Knowing that you kind of got, went from 269 or at the very first event, you had only a handful of people too, right?
No, I mean, the first national championship was that one. We had 269. Last year we had 374. And then this year we're going to settle out at 755 or more because we got a few people that had to jump out for work reasons, but they've got it worked out. So we're allowing those guys to jump back in if they were already paid and met all the other criteria. So we'll settle out in the 757, 758 range. But it's cool, man. A lot of people felt like the whole thing that we were trying to do is to have the biggest tournament in the world. To me, all of those claims or whatever you want to call it were total crap, because if I wanted to have the biggest tournament in the world with a $100,000 guarantee, I didn't need to have a qualification process. I could have said, it's $100,000. Y'all come, and we would have had 3,500 to 4,000 people come, and we would have set the actual world record, not just the kayak fishing record for the biggest tournament. But that's not what we did. We wanted to engage the community. We wanted to work towards standardization. We wanted to bring the community together. We wanted to kind of light that powder keg moment to make more club trails come about and make clubs want to have more trails. We launched and revised the partner program to accommodate that. So there's a lot of power to the partners, for them to manage national championship qualifying slots. We reduced the trail down from 56 events to 40. Next year, we're going to make it a little smaller again, leaving a lot of that power to qualify for the national championship at the partnership level. What we want to do is we want to take the best of the best and bring them onto a level playing field and give them a huge stage to make their name on, to make the name for themselves and have a career-changing opportunity. and then a lot of times, that still gets a lot of, man, it's hard to really, justify. It's lottery fishing. It's whatever you want to call it. So we've broken it up for 2019, where there's going to be a national championship with a $50,000 guarantee. And then we're going to do the Trail Series Championship with a $50,000 guarantee. So there'll be a major event to kick the year off and a major event to end the year. I think that puts a big carrot on the stick for people to fish all year to qualify for the next year's national championship. But at the same time, they get to culminate all of their fishing endeavors with going down to, this year it'll be Toledo Bend, and fishing for a potential $30,000 payout by being in the top 250 of the Trail Series or the top 100 in the Challenge Series Championship, and going down there and fishing for some pretty big guarantees at the end of the year. So, all in all, we've got a lot of opportunities. We're going to launch a Big Bass Series after the National Championship. We're going to announce all that April 1st, which is going to be, presented by Bonafide. It's going to be the biggest bass caught on 10 lakes around the country will win a Bonafide kayak. And then depending on how many people get into each one, we'll add prizes to that as that field levels out. But, man, something that I'm really excited that I want to talk to you about tonight is we've never really sit down and quantified bonus bucks. We started the bonus bucks contingency money program because we wanted to offer the guys who are a little more serious a little bit more of an opportunity to try and, up their potential payouts. So we started the program. We went out and convinced some manufacturers that we're going to, take some of their sponsorship dollars and move them over into that program, that it was going to help drive sales for them. And then at the same time, it was going to get a lot of guys bought into this bonus bucks program. So this year, if every bonus bucks was claimed, it's going to be over $150,000 in bonus bucks. So let me break that down for you. That means that not only is KBF the biggest tournament series in the game, but our contingency money program, like our side tournament, is bigger than anything else in the game by like a long shot. And then on top of that, we're going to be doing this Big Bass Brawl right here. So this year, we locked it in. We figured out where we were. We went ahead and added some extra money to it. And we locked in first place, as you can see behind me, at $7,000. What that means is you had to win Big Bass for the day for $2,000, and then there's a $5,000 overall bonus. So the way it's going to work is we're doing $200 for every hour of competition for the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship for the biggest bass caught, uploaded, and accepted onto Tourney X that hour. At the end of the day, there'll be a $2,000 bonus for the biggest bass caught that day, and at the end of the event, there'll be a $5,000 bonus added to whatever else you've won. But you can't. You're allowed to win more than 1 hour. So realistically, if you catch the biggest fish in several hours, you can win all that money. So
and win the whole thing.
And the whole thing, And odds are, if you win the whole thing, you're probably going to take home some bonus bucks money if you're in the Big Bass Brawl. The Big Bass Brawl is going to be a series that we're trying to evolve and take into the Trail Series, take into the Open Series. And you know what, Wes? I kind of saved you a little special announcement. I'm rocking the LTB hoodie, but I got confirmation today. I'll be going live after we're done here to talk about it, but I'm not going to hold off and tell people they got to watch mine. Here's what we're doing. Lucky Tackle Box has come to the table. I'm going to bring up the graphic so I don't misspeak here. So Lucky Tackle Box has come to the table. You'll see this graphic in a minute. They're going to be doing $1,000 for the winner of the event if they're a Lucky Tackle Box subscriber. If you don't win the event, if you're not the winner and you're not a Lucky Tackle Box subscriber, or if the Lucky Tackle Box subscriber, the winner is not a Lucky Tackle Box subscriber, then it'll be $500 to the highest placing subscriber at the national championship. Because it was kind of late and we didn't have a lot of time to build up to it, but we're also going to do the same thing for each of the opens. So at each open, there'll be $1,000 bonus bucks available if you win it, and $500 if you're the highest placing person and the winner isn't a subscriber. At every trail event, there's going to be a $100 Lucky Tackle Box bonus. If you win the event and you're a Lucky Tackle Box subscriber, it's $1,000. If the Lucky Tackle Box the winner is not a subscriber, then it'll be $500 to the highest placing subscriber. So no matter what, at each trail there'll be $100. At each open there'll be $500, and at the national championship there's a minimum of $500. But just like on those infomercials where they say, "But wait, there's more." Lucky Tackle Box stepped up and said, "Hey, what about if we put some extra carrot on the stick for guys who win more than one trail. How many trail winners have you had that won more than one? I said, we had quite a few. And so if you win 2, you're going to get that second $100. When you win 3, though, you're going to win the $100 for winning each one, plus a $500 bonus for winning 3 trails.
Oh, nice.
As a Lucky Tackle Box subscriber. But wait, there's even more beyond that. If you can win 4 trail events, it's a $1,000 bonus on top of the fact that you've already won 3 and picked up $300. You got the $500 bonus for winning the 3, and then when you win your 4th one, you get that extra 100, and then another 1,000 for winning your 5th event. So at that point, you've won like $2,800. And then if you can win 5 trail events, you're going to win a $5,000 bonus for winning the 5th trail event, plus all the money that you picked up along the way by meeting all the other criteria. So Lucky Tackle Box has stepped up strong. You're not paying the $15 to get into Lucky Tackle Box just to be eligible for that money. You actually get your value out of the products that you get, the information that you get, the teaching, the special tips and stuff that you get. But the contents of the box itself are worth more than what you're paying. But these guys have stepped up strong. They're not messing around, and we've got some huge bonus bucks to add to everything that we do this year. If everything goes well this year and there's a great response to it, then we're going to add the Lucky Tackle Box bonus bucks to the challenge series next year for each of the challenges. And that's over 200 events when you factor in the 40 states times 5 and, all that good stuff. So anyway, man, I've got at least 3 other companies that are interested in doing something big like that. So what it boils down to is the KBF bonus buck series is the most awesome freaking contingency money program in the game. I need people's support to jump in on that thing. But you're paying $100. You're paying it one time, and then you're eligible for all that money. All the money from the manufacturers, all the actual KBF bonus bucks. There's $15,000 in bonus bucks available at the national championship. There's $10,000 available, or $5,000 available at each of the opens. There's another 20, and then there's $15,000 in bonus bucks available at the Challenge Series championship.
At the trail event, that's damn near double. It almost doubles the amount of money for some of them.
Each trail and each challenge series has all got KBF bonus bucks built into it. Like I said, right now, if we don't add anything else to it, if every contingency money opportunity is won, it's $157,000. And we're not done yet. And that's not counting the Lucky Tackle Box stuff because I haven't factored that in yet. But it's ridiculous. And here's the deal. If we get more entries, we'll jack that stuff up. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to jack it up. Because we're this close to being the trail, the series, the kayak fishing organization to cross the $1 million threshold in cash payouts. And I'm not talking about prize value and all that other crazy crap like a lot of people spin it. What are we at, 680?
For what?
For total payouts from the beginning of KBF? Yeah.
No, I think that was last year, 680,000.
Okay, so yeah, last year What? Come on, woman. It's total. She's right. It's $680,000 is where we're at right now. So we could very well be I'm sorry, that counts the national championship.
Yeah.
After the end of the national championship, we'll determine where we go from there. But if we can pull another, $300,000 in payouts over the course of the rest of the year, which is not unheard of, we'll cross that $1 million threshold. If not, we'll definitely do it at next year's national championship. And to me, that's pretty impressive for, fishing on some Tupperware.
It's crazy to think, too, that compared to where kayak bass fishing has started to where it's grown. I tell people, I work at a tackle store, and I tell people on a daily basis, if you really want to get into fishing and you want to get into tournament fishing, kayak bass fishing is the way to go. It's the fastest growing segment within the outdoor industry, as far as I know. Yeah, see,
no doubt.
And exponentially. And there's so many guys that are fishing off the bank that are wanting to, now step up their game and get in a kayak, and it's super easy to get into. And we've got guys even in bass boats coming down. I wouldn't say down, but they're coming into kayak fishing.
It is down because they're lower, so you can.
Yeah, they're more affordable. They're coming into the kayak game when they're from the bass boat world, And I think that's awesome. We had Obedy Williams out here fishing the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, who is a bass boat guy, who's really known on the California Delta, and he started fishing on a kayak. And in 3 tournaments, he took second. In 3 tournaments, his first 3 tournaments, he took second in one, and he won the one up at Shasta. And
You know what's funny is I look at this poster right here, and 4 years ago, that was more than the first place payout at the KBF Open. So that's pretty crazy that a side pot big bass is now bigger than the original tournament's top payout.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy to think where it's come from and where it's going.
We literally have more cash payouts this year at the national championship in bonus bucks than any other kayak bass fishing series has paid out in an actual full year of tournament winnings.
That sounds plausible. Absolutely. So we got a lot of guys tuning in, a lot of people making comments and talking trash. Let's see. Mike McKinstry says he's won events with gummy bears or gummy worms. I'm sorry, gummy worms. Vince Hurtado, come on, Vince. Vince is a former Elite Series angler and he's watching. And he says he wants some of that kayak contingency money. Come on, Vince, come on down. We got a big tournament up at Clear Lake coming up, and I know you know how to fish Clear Lake.
I've literally had a few Elite Series pros reach out to me that are friends of mine or friends of mine, and they've been like, "Hey, what do I got to do to come fish that KBF National Championship?" I'm like, "You got to go qualify, baby. There's no contingency qualification."
No.
One of them was actually a little bit offended. He's like, "You telling me I got to go fish against kayak anglers when I've won the Classic?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm telling you." So
it's only fair. I had to work to qualify. I'm already qualified for next year. One of the few.
Yeah, I'm not letting somebody just kind of walk in on a provisional.
Yeah, I mean, heck, you can wipe the field with us, but that's perfectly fine. But you earned the spot. You can't expect,
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna wipe the field. There's some legit sticks in this organization that
it's different. It's different. Some guys can step down from a bass boat and do well, but it's different. It takes some adjustment because you can't run and gun, and they forget that. You have to make it work. Yep, it takes a lot of planning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's really funny because you got a guy who normally would never consider the wind as a factor in his fishing, and then all of a sudden now the wind determines whether you're going to be able to make it back to your pullout spot to be able to make it to the check-in, and all that great stuff. My kids are. What's up?
Mom needs the van key.
Oh, I don't have it. It should be upstairs. Mom's going to work, so she needs her van key.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say I appreciate you wearing that Hoover hat on this program.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Hoover. Yeah, great.
Have you been seeing the people getting the kayak bass fishing tattoo on my Facebook page?
That's crazy, man.
I just went over and filmed Rebecca Golden getting hers done, and then Matt Lake got his done yesterday. The tattoo shop said they got a couple appointments this Saturday. And, yeah, man, that just shows you how crazy this community is, how tight-knit the brotherhood is. And, yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. I couldn't do it. But power to those who can. I mean, yeah, I have nothing but respect for those who are willing to do it, but I can't do it. It's not me. I'm not a. It's permanent. I never know. I could get hit by a car tomorrow and never be able to get into kayak fishing again.
Mm-hmm.
So
it stands for kayak, boat, or foot. So you could go back to boat fishing or foot fishing. So.
How long did it take you to come up with that?
I've been using it for years. So,
all right. So those of us who are heading out there, someone's got a much longer drive than others. I think I've got like a 30-something hour drive.
Man.
That's drive. That's not doesn't count the nights in the 2 nights we have to stay in the hotel. That's literally 30-something hours of actual driving. 4-hour shifts. Power to my boys that we're making that drive out there, and it's a lot of work coordinating that and coordinating who you're meeting up with and how you're going to get all to the lake. It's a lot of work, man. We've been planning this for some time, so there's a lot of guys who put a lot of effort into this. So I hope you realize that.
Yeah, I do, man. I do. Absolutely. That's why I tell people all the time. They ask me, like, how do I feel about doing it? I said, man, this ain't me. That woman right over there has done as much work as anybody. But literally everybody that's making it to this event they're sacrificing something. They're sacrificing their time off. They're throwing their money in the pot. They're they're basically going to grind and fish pre-fishing for 3 or 4 days to a couple weeks to, actually having to have all the variables line up on that day. I mean, I'm a competitive dude. I used to fish a lot of kayak fishing tournaments back before I started running them. And I always loved that game day, that adrenaline. I loved the planning. I loved all that stuff. But this is one kayak fishing tournament that I can tell you straight up, I'm glad I'm not fishing in, because
my wife's out here looking for the key, and I'm like, I don't have it.
It's a lot of pressure. I can only imagine. Like I can't put myself in that mindset because I never fished for that much money, and against that many people, and in a lake system as complex as Kentucky Lake and the Barkley Complex. So man, it's just if I was fishing this tournament, I would probably second guess and double second guess and quadruple second guess myself like 50 times, because you're talking about a decision on where to go, where every hour is precious, where every cast is precious, where every fish could change your life. Whoo! That's a lot more pressure than I want to deal with right now.
Yeah, do the math. I mean, like, if you win the $100,000, and that's what. How many hours of fishing we have each tournament day? Like 9 hours. 9 hours of fishing. So you divide that. You make it easy. That's 20. That's like what, $5,000 almost, give or take, an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do where you're gonna make $5,000 an hour?
Well, and think about this. Second place is what, like 22,000 or something like that, and then there's like $15,000 in bonus bucks up for grab. I mean, realistically, second place could still win more money than last year's national champion, because I made it to where first place isn't eligible for bonus bucks. All the bonus bucks start at second place because of the fact that there's such a disparity between first and second. So realistically, you could finish in second place and take home close to $50K. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Crazy.
No, close to, over $40K. Maybe not 50. You'd have to have everything line up perfect. But dude, think about that. If you won the big bass and you won second place and you edged out a bunch of people and you had the right, it's a big number, man. But what's even crazier about that formula is, let's say somebody skips, you could be down in fifth place and end up making stupid money. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good.
All my friends that are riding with me are talking about planning on the chat here. So, of all the places to eat close to Paris, where's the place?
So it's this. It's about halfway between Paris and obviously 700 plus people can't go there all at once. But it's about halfway between Dover and Paris. It's they changed their name like 5 times in the last 3 years. But it's on the right, up the hill from the Fisherman's Lodge. It's called like Mamma Mia's or something like that right now. It's like the Cajun place. So if you find the subway past Dover on the right, it's up. You go behind the subway and go up the hill. It's right there. I'll look it up and I'll post it on the national championship page.
They're gonna have a line out the door.
It's phenomenal.
They already have a line out the door.
Mostly good Cajun food. If anybody can remember the name of it, post it up and I'll.
Well, that's right. You're from Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's another. Is that another reason why you favor that place?
I mean, that's kind of part of it, but it's really good. It's for not being in Louisiana. It's better than the food. But the food trucks that Christy has lined up, we went and sampled one of them the other day. Holy crap, that thing was good. So we're gonna have gourmet food trucks right there on site. There's a place called Aces that's right there in the Quality Inn parking lot that makes phenomenal pizza. There's a place called Trollingers. If you're looking for barbecue, there's a big gas station called Trollingers, Trollingers, on the left as you're coming into Paris towards the fairgrounds. Like $4 a plate or something crazy for some ridiculously good barbecue. I mean, there's just a lot of places around there. We have a list of them up on the website.
Yeah, I do. I have it right here.
Oh, sweet.
Boom. Look at that. I went to so go to kayakbassfishing.com. If you go to under events, National Championship, and then there's like, it's called, I think it's Kentucky Lake Resources or something like that.
Yep. Joe, big nod, big thumbs up to Joe out there. He has really busted his butt to make the website a phenomenal resource for everybody that's fishing it. For everybody that's using the website, big shout out to Christy and Lynette for saying, look, you guys need to fix the website. It's gotten too dang hard to find anything. So we kind of dumbed everything down on the homepage. We cleaned up the menu. Everything's pretty intuitive now. So if you forget where to find the stuff on the National Championship, go to the homepage, scroll up. You'll see the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship thing and a little button that says more, and it takes you to all those resources you're talking about.
Yeah, so this one's got a map. There's a map. I probably could have technically bring this up on here, but there's a map and a legend, and then, hold on, my pages are sticking together.
And everything's hypertext linked to take you to everything you need to find. Phone number.
That's everything. That's everything that's listed on that map right there.
Exactly. Everything.
Lodging, marinas, boat repair and services, fishing and tackle, boat dealers. So if you want to, go buy a Ranger boat, which I don't recommend. If you want to buy a Ranger boat, actually one of these guys sell one, and then you could haul it all the way back across the country home.
Nice.
Go for it.
Carry kayaks in it. Load it up.
Exactly. Yeah. Put the kayak trailer on top of the bass boat and bass boat trailer. Totally doable. Yeah. So
what else you want to talk about, man?
Well, we got people on here. Let's ask people ask questions. Ask questions for Chad.
I can see the chat.
Say that.
Is there a way I can see the chat, or do I just have to take your word for it?
It would just have to be. You'd have to do it on Facebook, but I usually just read it.
So shoot me some questions. I'm down.
Looks like Fluke Master joined. Everybody says, "What's up, Fluke Master?"
What's up, Fluke Master?
Gas station barbecue in the South is totally acceptable, says Dustin Luttrell.
Yes, and this is not like your regular gas station
They have
barbecue.
They have tables to
They have
sit
tables to sit down at, and their food is. They actually cater a lot of big events around the area, so their stuff is phenomenal.
Yeah, I know out here there's a few places that have like a restaurant inside of a gas station, but very, very few. For the most part, gas station food is not. Yeah, gas station sushi especially.
Oh
No.
that's like a recipe for being glued to the toilet seat.
Yeah, so if you really want to ruin your national championship, buy some sushi. Actually, you know what? Everybody that's fishing national championship, get some gas station sushi. It's the best. I highly recommend it.
Bring it to the event and put it out for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bring a whole platter of it. Great. Let's see. Pizza and beer buckets at Aces.
Yes, that's the place I was talking about. And if you're staying at the Quality Inn, you can just kind of crooked walk back to your room.
You'd be hungover. Actually, you know what? Keep drinking. Drink lots and lots of beer because guys like me want to take advantage of that. We've
sushi and
I think our house is going to be a dry house.
Food poisoning and a hangover.
To deal with. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
You know what's going to happen is the person that does that is going to be the one that ends up winning it.
We have a very rather popular YouTube angler out here in California right now, and the night before the trail event was rather schmammered, and we don't really know how this individual fished, but he did.
I've seen video.
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made a photo black and white because his face was rather red.
Right.
So, but anyway, so we'll leave it at that. Is Wi-Fi spots easy to find around the lake? That's a great question.
Google it.
I got a question for you.
If you put Wi-Fi in Yelp, it tells you what's free, what's not free, where to find them, the whole nine.
So
every hotel, McDonald's, all the fast food restaurants, most of the businesses, they're all listed.
So anyways, my question was going to ask, what is your personal best out of Kentucky?
Kentucky Lake or Barkley or the complex?
Estimate the whole thing, yeah.
I got one about 8.5 out of Barkley, and I've got my biggest out of Kentucky Lake is actually a little under 8 pounds.
Okay.
I've caught quite a few of those, but I haven't broke I've not actually broken 8 pounds on Kentucky Lake proper, but I broke it on Barkley.
Okay, so what would you say is your best 5-fish limit off there?
104.
104. Was that a good day where just the stars kind of aligned?
It was one of those days where the stars aligned. I was with a guy who was throwing an Alabama rig, and so he found them, and we were fishing together, and he said, "Dude, they're all stacked up on this tree line." He has actually thrown the Alabama rig out over a ledge and was reeling it in, and then made a cast and kind of backlashed it, and it hit, and he started reeling it in, and it was like, doop, 5-pounder, doop, 6-pounder, and he caught like 11 pounds and 2 fish. And then he's like, dude, they're like right here on this ledge, which it wasn't a ledge, actually. It was a cypress tree line of stumps. And then he started casting it. I switched back and forth between a lipless crank and a single swim bait, a rage tail swimmer or a Kayak. I was going back and forth between the two and just thumped them. I caught 4 fish over all 4. Every fish was over 20 inches. 3 of them were 23, 2 was 22, and 1 was like almost 24. So it was a big bag.
Wow.
But it was magic, and I caught every one of them in 25 minutes, and literally hadn't caught anything for 4 hours before that, and like caught maybe 6 or 8 fish the rest of the day.
Isn't that weird how that happens sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all of a sudden, just find them and they're there.
It was a saddle. So we were in a flat, and the ledge was kind of over here about 200 yards. The main river channel kind of bend in by this bank, and then there was a saddle. So it was almost like it was an old creek channel that went into the main river channel, and we were up on a flat, and it had this saddle in it. And as long as you hit the edges or the center of that saddle, you'd catch fish. If you cast 15 feet to the left or 15 feet to the right, you wouldn't catch a damn thing. And it was literally about 15 feet wide, the path that you could fish them in and catch them. And they were just in there. I think what it was is there were these pre-spawn fish that were coming in and setting up on these stumps. And then when you would catch them, they would probably pull back off deep, and then the fish would just reset, and you were just catching just toads.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots like that. A lot of guys don't realize that they will do that. They'll reload. Like you can go fish a spot, pick the big one off, come back 20 minutes later, and another one is pulled into that same little spot.
I was on a boat with a buddy when I first moved up here who was from Hendersonville, and he asked me to go to Kentucky Lake. And I went up fishing with him, and he was throwing an Alabama rig on like an 8'6", crazy big, almost like a muskie rod. And every jig head was a 3/4 ounce. And it was like this cinder, like this chandelier he was throwing. But in 18 casts, he caught a 20-inch or better fish 18 casts in a row.
Wow.
I was in the back of the boat, not catching really anything other than like I would clean up behind him. I would take a fluke, and when he brought the Alabama rig in, I would throw up there, and one of the ones that followed it in would eat it. But, I mean, he was literally just on the right groove, had found them on structure scan, and just was banging them. That's the crazy thing about Kentucky Lake is you can go from 0 to hero and from hero to 0 in like 30 minutes. And, depending on how much water they're pulling and what the situation is and the solar time and the wind and all those other things, it could be stupid. I've never caught a fish like Brian Aliff caught on the Tennessee River system. I've actually never broken 10 pounds on Tennessee River's chain. I've got a lot of 8s. But I've been on the boat when a couple of guys caught, high 9s. And it's just one of those things, man. They're mixed in with those other, 20-plus inch fish. I personally will tell you that if I was fishing the national championship and I was catching 15 inches, I'd move.
Yeah. No, that makes it's perfect sense.
You look your fish,
Yeah, we're fishing for $100,000.
Yeah.
There's not you're fishing for more people for more money than a lot of guys will make in 3 to 5 years time. As for
and Wes, you do realize like you're literally going to take home a check in 75th place.
Yeah, top 10%.
75th.
Yeah. So you got to figure what. Okay, well, now with that, what do you think's gonna take to win as far as total inches, and what do you think would be to make the check at 75?
To win it,
To win it, yeah.
204 inches.
Okay. What do you think it's going to take to cut a check?
Give me a second.
Yeah,
Let me pull up my graph.
Yeah, that's a little bit more math. I mean,
Hold on. So, out to 75th place, I would say
I bet it's going to be pretty high too.
I think it's going to be
I think 185.
I think you're going to have to be plus or minus an inch of last year's winner to cut a check. That was 184 inches, 187 inches. And I think you're going to have to be pushing 190 inches to cut a check.
There's going to be a lot of tiebreakers, man.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot of tiebreakers. I think it's going to get real tight.
Tiebreakers. Yep.
Yep.
But no, I take that back. I think you're going to need to be in the 190 to be in that top 25. I imagine 175 inches will be in the money. For 2 days of fishing. That'll 175 will probably be taking home those last $800 slots. I'm pretty proud of the way that Joe and Nick kind of finally figured out this payout structure, because we've got from 22nd to 36th place you got $900, and from 37th on out to 75th place you got $800. So rather than kind of tear it down really silly, just to be able to know that if you're inside that top 75 from 37th place down, you're making the same money. It gives you some flexibility to try some stuff if you're in striking distance of those places,
Right.
And then on the same token, it allows you to experiment a little bit. If you on day 2 are not even close, we'll start fishing for big fish and try to swing for that day money. Add that to your total, and you take home $3,000, $3,500, maybe $7,800. You know what I'm saying, for catching the biggest fish. So there's like a tournament within a tournament kind of going on, and a bunch of different strategies that you can employ.
I got a question. Is there a prize for the biggest jump between day 1 and day 2?
I'll have to think about that.
No, but I'll have to figure that out. We did that 2 years ago, and then the sponsor stiffed me, and it took forever to get the person squared away. We did it. We called it the something comeback challenge. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, and it just got squared away here recently. But hey, Christy, write that down so we don't forget. Yeah, we could probably do some kind of comeback challenge.
I think my boy Matthew Brandon might have won it last year, but I may be wrong. I know he made a big jump last year. That's kind of
the guy that actually won the one that we did was a guy named Shay McCord. He actually had the biggest jump when we had an award for it. But yeah, actually, let me talk to some sponsors. Let me look at kind of some prizes we have available, and let's see if we can figure that out. That's a good idea.
And if it happens, you're welcome to whoever wins it. Cause
all right, cool. There you go.
Make sure you come say thank you to me, because I want a little credit.
Right. We'll tell them that they also win a hug from you.
Oh yeah. You might get a little more than a hug. Okay, so bring it on. Sounds about right. 200 plus to be top 5, and 180 plus for top 75. So this is Rich Ranieri. Let's see. Mike McKinstry says that he thinks the top 75 will be within 10 inches of each other. Plausible.
I agree.
Yeah.
Plausible.
I agree.
Top 10 will be within 4 inches.
Nope. Top 10 will be within an inch.
Wow. Anything within an inch, and then just a bunch of tiebreakers then? And tiebreaker is broken by time of submission first, isn't it? No?
Big fish.
It's big fish. And then after it trickles down big fish all the way through the 5, then it's time submission.
It's time. Yep.
Okay.
But think about that, Wes. KBF Nation out there, think about that. It's going to be a game of not inches, but it's going to be a game of quarter inches, like for real.
No, yeah.
A deduction is probably going to break somebody's heart. So read the rules.
God, dude, I can't.
Right.
My stomach just went. Ugh, just even thinking about that.
Throw up in your mouth right now and get your sweaty, clammy hands. But a quarter-inch deduction in this tournament could likely cost you $60,000 to $80,000.
That's nuts.
To close the mouth, center the tail, Don't put your identifier on the fish. Actually, I'm not going to tell you the rules. Read them. I'm shooting the virtual captain's meeting video tomorrow, trying to have it done and edited and up this week. And but there's going to be a heavy tone in that video of me stressing angler responsibility, knowing the rules, reading the rules, understanding the rules, because I'm not fishing for $100,000. All 755 people who paddle out that morning are, and they're the ones that has to know the rules. I'm going to give you the overview. I'm going to give you the Cliff's Notes version. It's up to you to sit down and dissect them and read them, understand them. I would suggest that everybody print them out and have them with you. They are in a downloadable booklet format on the website. You can export it and print it as a booklet. Print it, put it in a Ziploc bag, and keep it in your PFD.
If you're staying in house, make sure what you can do is you can create a multiple choice question test, and make sure you guys all know your own rules.
Read it every night between now and the national championship before you go to bed, and commit it to memory, because it's going to be that important.
Yeah. Dude, there's way too much at stake for you to not know the rules.
I'm going to tell everybody that if a judge has to deduct you, you made him do it. He didn't want to do it, and the guy behind you thanks you.
Yep.
Because if you were the guy behind them and they did something wrong and it cost you because the judge didn't ding it, you'd be upset. So realize going into this thing, there's a lot of tournaments where I say we are not going to be trying to go out of our way to take an angler's score from them. In this tournament, we will. In this tournament, it will be the most anal, the most, letter of the law tournament we ever executed, because we have to. It's the biggest money ever. If it's close, tie does not go to the runner this time. Tie goes to the loser. Tie goes to the house. So if you want that extra little bit, it's got to cut the line. If you don't want to get a mouth deduction, make sure it's closed. Don't break the rules, and you got nothing to worry about.
You ever get one of those fish with like the extended jowl where it looks like its mouth is open?
Yeah, as long as one of those bootlet bass. Yeah, especially in Georgia, there's a lot of them there. I think it's something genetic, but as long as it's closed, you're good to go. And just be careful. But I would say read the rules. We've adjusted the rules for a lot of things this year, but they've been published now for 40-something days or 50-something days, and it's up to each angler to protect themselves at all times and to know the rules. So don't leave it in the hands of the judges. It's kind of like boxing and MMA and all that.
Christopher Kaluri says, what does that mean for the new catchboard that only measures in half-inch versus a hog trough measures quarter-inch? I disagree. I think it's actually within a quarter, man. I think they both measure to the quarter-inch. Otherwise, it wouldn't KBF approved.
It's a quarter.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
It wouldn't be KBF approved if it only did half.
The quarter inches don't go all the way to the edge, but that's fine. We got that.
Yeah. I'm hoping I catch one that goes off the edge of the catchboard, because I'm going to pre-order me one on Friday.
Well, just keep in mind where it goes off the board is where the score is.
Yeah, well, they did their bass board, and it's only like 25 or 26 inches, something
26
like that.
and a half. That's actually the KBF exclusive board.
26 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to find the world record length on a bass.
32 and a half.
Was 32 and a half?
Yep.
God dang.
So far, we've only had one bass over 27 inches caught, and it was after we said, oh, we've never had one caught 27 inches. And then, of course, Brad Case has to go catch a 27-incher just to prove us otherwise. So,
yeah, that's going to suck, man.
Here's what I say. If you catch a 27-incher,
get a hog trough.
You're going to get 26 and a half inches if you have that board. If you get 26 and a half inches, you win.
Yeah. Odds are, if you catch one that big, you're golden. Yeah, that's also another good reason to carry a hog trough too. I mean, is it against the rules for you to use two different measuring boards, as long as you have your identifier and everything?
They're both. Yeah, as long as they're both approved, you're good to go.
All right, cool. We got 5 minutes, people. Let's do some rapid fire questions. Chad, what color catch is easiest to read for judges?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
Rich says buy the walleye board. That's actually what I was thinking about doing, but I think I want the green.
Wait till you see the new green color for the KBF catch board. It's like a green gold. It's bad to the bone. We'll have an image up tomorrow, I think.
Oh. So there's going to be even another one, because I know the one that he posted a while ago had the KBF, engraved on the backside of the bump.
Mm-hmm.
So there's even an even newer one.
Was that the goldish green color?
I don't know. I know is it had the KBF engraved on the outside of the bump.
But
It's the color.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. Sorry, I thought it was going to go up tomorrow, so I guess it's already gone up. Cool.
Yeah, he said pre-ordering will start Friday, so I'm looking forward to that.
And there'll be 250 of them available, I think.
Yeah, Abel says having a spare is a good idea. Absolutely. I know guys that are bringing like 10 boards just to be safe. Best PDF? You mean PFD?
This one, right here.
The Chinook.
The NRS Chinook, right yonder. This thing is so safe, I sleep in it. You know what I'm saying? So.
I like to see that. And it's even got the pad to help prop you up so that way you don't snore.
Oh, on the back of the seat, you can put the little pad, and this thing right here is curved. Right there to cradle your head. See that little curve? And you just lay your head right in that, and it's like a perfect prop on the seat back. I mean, not that I've ever slept in my kayak, but.
I've done it. I did it. Actually, I actually slept in my kayak during the one-night stand out at that we did last year in August, the one that I qualified for national championship.
For a second, I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that. I thought you were about to say you slept in your kayak during the one-night stand. Yeah. I was like, dude.
I was on the lake and it hit that that midnight, that lull that happens between like 3 and 5-ish. And I was like, I was tired of burning the bank. I couldn't see, and I was like, forget it. So I just propped my seat back, and I just drifted out in the middle for a good hour and a half and slept. Let's see. You getting a custom colors bonafide. Saw that live video on Luther's page.
What?
Dan Arbuckle says you're getting a custom colors bonafide. Saw the live video on Luther's page.
Dang. All these people tell me they're going to put something out one time, and then they put it out at a different time, so... yeah, I guess so.
So that's what your personal rig, custom color?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say yet because I was told we weren't saying that stuff till like later. So I'll
stay tuned.
I'll have to defer to my live video after this to tell you that. Yeah, but let me tell you what we are going to do. We are doing a Lucky Tackle Box. Let me show you guys the graphic, and then I'll post it when I'm done. But I saved this just for you. For this channel. So we're doing a lucky. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
So we're doing a Lucky Tackle Box Bonafide giveaway at the Bassmasters Classic this weekend in Greenville, South Carolina. The way it's going to work is you're going to have to text Bonafide to a specific phone number. Then you're going to have to go to the Bonafide booth and pick up a card that you put your name, email, and phone number on the back of. Take it to the Lucky Tackle Box booth and drop it in a big old Lucky Tackle Box. Sunday, we're going to draw a winner, and the winner has to pick up the kayak at the Bonafide booth at the end of the show and take it with them right there from the show. So,
oh man, wish I lived closer.
So if you guys are anywhere in striking distance of Greenville, South Carolina, come by and see me. I'll be at a lot of booths this weekend, but I'll definitely be at the Bonafide booth a lot. And go by the Lucky Tackle Box booth, go by the Bonafide booth, pick up your card. Text Bonafide to the number on the back of the card and enter yourself for a chance to win a Bonafide SS127 that you will take from the Classic with you.
Josh says that was a West exclusive.
Nice.
Clever.
Like good little play on words there.
Yeah. Let's see. That's funny. Ryan says Ryan's telling Mike McKinstry if he catches a 20-inch fish on Kentucky Lake, he'll personally give him $100. Look at that.
Who said that?
Ryan Lambert said that to Mike.
Oh, nice.
Little side bet going there.
This is Rebecca Golden's tattoo that she just got. She got the fish in green. It actually turned out pretty good.
I like that one. I like the green.
Dude, the guys up there at Endless Creations are phenomenal. So. That's backwards, but, that is what it is.
It's not backwards. It comes through straight on the video.
Okay. It came out nice.
It looks good.
Came out real nice. So, yeah.
Amanda Brandon says her and Matthew should leave today so they can go to the Bassmasters Classic. It's not a bad idea.
Come on with it. And like I said, I'm paying for 5 of these tattoos at the shop here in Hendersonville. But if you get the tattoo anywhere in the country and you're the highest place in person that has the KBF logo, it's $500. Like, that's $500 that's going to be in my pocket in cash. That's not going to be like something I'm going to mail you later or PayPal you or cut you a check for it. Like I'm gonna have it in the pocket and be like,
That's awesome.
2, 3, 4, and then 5. There's 5,000 or $5.
5,000. Hey, just upped it.
$500 right there.
Look at that. Look at him back pedal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Many kayaks will be in Cyprus on Friday. How many kayaks will be in Cyprus on Friday? That's a great question. We'll have to see.
How many kayaks will what?
How many kayaks will be in Cyprus on Friday?
Cyprus.
Must be one of the arms
Oh, I see what you're saying.
or one of the creeks.
Yeah, that is one of the creeks.
Has Chad ever fished Sheeran Harris? If he would come out sometime, I'm sure Fall in Love place, the tournament will definitely have some 20-inch fish.
I'm planning to come to the event this year, so keep your fingers crossed that I don't have to shoot that weekend, but I'm planning to go there.
Do you have plans to come to Clear Lake for the Open?
Yep.
Heck yes. We'll have to fist bump.
Boom. I'll be there.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Let me rephrase that. No, I don't plan on being there. I'm going to be there.
Okay, so you're gonna come early so you can do some fishing, or you're gonna stay later and do the fishing?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, so we're gonna do both. Heck yeah. I might have to extend my stay then so we can hit the water.
Yep. I'm actually thinking about coming up. I think I'm going to try to collab with Greg Blanchard while I'm out there. I'm going to do some stuff with Headwaters. And honestly, because I've already driven that far at that point, I hope we already have we should have it by then, the toy hauler travel trailer. And so I'm just going to do a big old loop and take my time and fish my way out there. Christy won't be able to be on the whole trip with me, but she'll kind of fly in and fly out for parts of the trip so she can film some with me and kind of experience part of the trip. And I'm going to vlog the hell out of it. I'll probably hook up with Robert Field along the way. I'm sure Fluke Master will piggyback along for part of it. I'm gonna make an adventure out of it.
Oh heck yes! Yeah, that's why I'm buying a travel trailer. So pop up so we can. My plan is next year to go travel the country. I'll be on your pro tour. You watch.
I'm doing that exact same thing, except I'm doing it this year.
Yeah, you're getting a leg up on me. Any prizes for the furthest traveling angler for Clear Lake?
For the Clear Lake event?
Yeah. Because that's the other.
We're doing no shirts push-up hug. We'll do like 15 push-ups with no shirts on and then hug it out for the farthest traveler.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys who want to come out to Clear Lake, man. You guys,
we'll come up with something. We'll come up with something.
You guys aren't going to want to miss Clear Lake. I guarantee you that. In August, it should be pretty lit. All right, so with that, we've done an hour. What we're going to do is I want to remind everybody, if you would, please hit the like button. The like button on the Facebook page. Please share this if you would. Let everybody know what we do here so we can get more people like Chad and other people in the industry on. Really appreciate you coming on, Chad. Stick around. We'll shoot the proverbial here for a couple minutes after we let it go. But again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will see you in Tennessee for the national championship. If you see me there, come say hey, what's up? I'll be the guy walking around in the super bright orange jersey with the
Hoover hat on.
With the Hoover hat on, just for Chad. And again, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks? A week and a half. A week and 2 days, like 10 days.
It's close, man. It's close. Go sign up for the Big Bass Brawl. Go get your flag shirt pre-ordered and be in a drawing to win my kayak. Get signed up for bonus bucks, and then make sure you make your plans to be at as many opens and trails as you can be at this year, because it's going to be, as Wes says, it's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit for real.
KBS is going to be fire this year.
Fire. Lit, fire. What are other cool little slang terms? Anyways.
Savage. It's going to be savage. I hung out with some New Yorkers this weekend, and they speak like my teenage daughter texts. So,
yeah, I got one of those too. All right, everybody. Love, peace, and chicken grease.